Ian writes, hey, Collider crew, looking forward to another great movie talk session today, guys. Hey, which actor would you say has had the greatest transformation / arc in a film? I think of roles such as Darth Vader, Malcolm X, and Jean Val Jean. Malcolm X seemed like he went through 3 arcs in that film, from being bad to radical to righteous, but I still contend that Jean Val Jean was the best performance I've seen to date. Thanks and keep up the great work.
Well, Darth Vader would have had one of the greatest character arcs in cinematic history until we saw the prequels, which did not, story-wise, it sounds really cool. Execution-wise, not so much. My choice is Michael Corleone from The Godfather, the first one. Just his character. You remember in the beginning, he's telling Kay the whole time, "No, Kay, it's not me. It's it's my family. It's my father. I don't do that." Da da da. And then towards the end, he's shooting people in the head and leaving the country and doing all kinds of gangster stuff. What about you guys?
I mean, when you think about transformations, I got to go the Human Centipede cast. I mean, that's a pretty epic thing what they went through. I'll do a classic one. I'll take George Bailey in It's a Wonderful Life. I think that, obviously, with the help of the angel. Phil Connors in Groundhog Day. Bill Murray's character. And I'll also throw Aaron Eckhart as Harvey Dent in not just the facial thing, but also because he was like such a guy that stood for justice, and then all of a sudden he maybe wasn't in the last part of that movie.
Well, if it was a movie, you could easily say Walter White. I'll tell you that. Yeah. But I'm going to go Leon from The Professional, because Leon was a guy that there was just one shade to him, and he was just this kind of, I wouldn't say brainless, but just this machine of a killer. And this little girl comes into his life, and then what the arc of where he went at the end of what his sacrifice was, I thought was a great arc.
Yeah,
Clark?
Mine are all genre picks as well. I thought of Ellen Ripley in the first Alien movie, and of course 2 Aliens. And I thought of Seth Brundle in The Fly, Jeff Goldblum in The Fly. I mean, talk about a transformation. Actually, you saying Walter White is what reminded me, because I have a theory that they're like parallel characters. And Sarah Connor. Sarah Connor has a crazy transformation arc. So
who else does is Arnold at the end of Terminator 2, because he's this machine and he learns some human things. He does a thumbs up.
Well, I would also say Michael Fassbender's Magneto in First Class also, because
that's a good one.
Because, and I reference this all the time, that's kind of what I wanted to see happen to Anakin Skywalker. I think that would have been a good, if that was actually Anakin, then Darth Vader would be no contest here. He'd be the one to vote for. But yeah, just there's something that scene of him when he's younger in World War II in the camp, and then finding those Germans, having his revenge, and then looking like Xavier's going to get him out of this and turn him towards the good side, and then he goes right back to what he thinks is the right cause.
I got one more. The main character in The Descent. Have you guys seen The Descent? Neil Marshall's movie? Okay, well, for the people watching, if you're looking for a scary pick for Halloween, The Descent, don't look up anything about it. Don't read any spoilers. Don't look at any pictures. Just watch the movie, and you will see the main character has a huge transformation.
Well, while I love great character arcs, I don't think they are the end-all, be-all of like movies. Because sometimes some people watch a movie and they're like, "Well, that guy didn't really change that much," or something like that. One of my favorite movies is Aronofsky's The Wrestler, and if you watch that, that's not about his character transforming, or he tries to, but ultimately he can't. And that's kind of like one of his failings. So I don't think it's whether or not you get a good character story arc. That's why I was saying, like, with the prequels with Darth Vader and Anakin, that's not necessarily a good one.
Yeah, there's like sometimes like when you think of a great character arc, you think of like the violent swing from Saul becoming Paul or something like that. But even just the little tinges like William Money in Unforgiven, where you just get a little shade of something else that maybe you didn't see before. Those are some of the best ones.
Or Chief Brody in Jaws. I mean, that's not a huge transformation, and yet he goes from being
on the water.
I mean, he's on the water. What more do you need?
Oh, I just recently rewatched Jaws, the masterpiece.
It's so good.
Terrible movie.